Okay, so this is a quick video on, well, I'm going to try to make it quick, on cleaning your pellet guns. Now, everybody's got differing opinions, and I think it's largely because there's so many different types of guns and shooters. Some people clean their pellets, and they use low-power air guns, and in that instance, you probably aren't going to need to clean your barrels, probably ever. They're not firearms. But even nice H&N pellets, you know, will have tiny pieces of fouling that will get stuck in the barrel and pushed through and melted to the barrel. Let's see if I can even get one of these things. There we go. Yeah, a lot of times there'll be something left. You can see a little tiny bit in there. This one's actually pretty clean. But yeah, inside there'll be a little bit of flaking and whatnot. But yeah, so I use a Dewey coated plastic rod. I do have to go through the other side of the barrel, but it's not a problem because these softer barrels and air guns, you don't want to use, well, at least I don't. I'll rephrase that. I don't like to use anything metal inside here. So I get the polymer coated Dewey rod and I run a mop through it. Or I run Q-tips through it, and I use Hops No. 9 bore cleaner. For me, in this gun, using these particular pellets, actually here you can see some of the, see there's little flakes in there. And these are some of the cleaner pellets. See, up all in the ridges in there, right there. But anyway, so if you run them dirty like I do, and you're running a super magnum or ultra magnum, whatever you want to call it, like this hatsan 150, you will want to clean your barrels. You'll know you'll lose your accuracy. The gun won't have any issues other than accuracy. You just run a light. I usually put my phone light right through here and I look through the top. Obviously you can tell, you'll see there's fouling in there. There's several ways you can do it. You can do it with Q-tips too. A lot of times I use the rod and Q-tips. But I'll just push from the other end, I'll push several coated Q-tips through slowly. And then I'll push one or two through fast. And then I'll push a couple through to dry it out that way. And then I'll let it sit for a couple of minutes and then I'll go and shoot it. Sometimes I'll even just, if I just need a quick cleaning, it's not too bad. It's still relatively accurate. I know it's just mostly some graphite buildup, which, by the way, that crud that people talk about on these is graphite, okay? It's just a coating that they put on them because these are lead and they will, you know, they'll have issues. You know, lead exposed to the air turns white really quickly. They're still usable, but they're fugly. So that graphite actually is really good to coat the barrel with. So when you're shooting them, typically that is your maintenance, and it pushes out all the extra crud. But on an ultra magnum like this that gets up to 28 foot-pounds on occasion, depending on how heavy the 177 caliber pellet is, this barrel will foul up. Absolutely. For me, it's 300 to 400 pellets before I need to clean it. But it takes about 3 to 5 minutes for me to clean it. So that's about all of that. And another thing I wanted to address, I'm sure that I'll run into it eventually, but I've noticed with my hatsans, they are not all, like everybody says, oh, your specific gun will like a specific pellet, a specific brand of pellet and all that. Even if you get the same brand of gun, several models of it, well, I've used 3 of these and own 2, and they all like the exact same pellets. And my 125s all like the exact same pellets too. They like the 25 caliber variants and the 22 caliber variants. These I've only had in 177, and they've all liked the various H&N. They like all the Barracuda series. They really like the Sniper Magnums, and those are my favorite for long distance. You can take those out to 100 yards and take anything from a rabbit to fox, squirrel, whatever, things of that nature, in 177 with this particular gun. But yeah, the silver points, well, you'll see, if you've seen my videos already on the accuracy with all these pellets, I can get the exact same groupings with. Obviously, once you get out past 50 yards, you're going to get different types of groupings. These actually do pretty well. I haven't really gotten to try these out there yet. I have no idea how these are going to work. But the sniper magnums, man, like even with my set sights on this, I don't use the scope because I don't need to for hunting anyway. At 100 yards, it shoots flat. At 100 yards, that point of aim is the same as at 12 yards with this gun. It is amazing. I love it. At least with the sniper magnums. That's really the only thing I've taken out to 100 yards yet. The worst pellets that I've owned for this gun, other than anything under 9 grains you don't want to use at all, are these. But, you know, tune the gun to it, and they'll be the best pellets for it. But all of the H&Ns run well. The Barracudas, the Barracuda Hunter Extremes, the Silver Arrows. I don't want to try the Chromags because they're too light. If they end up making a heavy series, that would be great. I'd like to try some of the Sniper Magnum, or the Barracuda heavy or Magnums or whatever they are, the 21 grains. I'm curious, because this thing is, you know, you can shoot heavy 25 caliber pellets out of it and do well. So I'd love to try some. I think really I'd like to stick to 18 to 14 grain in this gun, given the chance, but there's not a lot that I can afford in that range. So I run these because they typically use the same skirts on all of them, and that's the main issue with the barrel. So I can accurately, at least in these guns, interchange those pellets and get the same groups, at least within the ranges I'm shooting currently. Obviously, once I take it out past 50, there will be different pellets. But so far, anything 20 yards and under, all of these are identical in this gun, at least for me. Anyway, so there's the cleaning ideas, and just remember that graphite is graphite. It's not lead, dirt, gunk, and it's actually good. It seasons your barrels. Think of it that way. It seasons your barrels. It's good. It's also good for the lead. But yeah, you want to clean them. You just don't want to use any abrasives. You can use the gun cleaning solution. You also can go through the top of the barrel because you won't be using abrasives. You just want to use a barrel mop, and you want to use a coated rod if possible. You just want to try to keep metal to metal contact out of the inside of the barrel, unless it's lead. I know there's copper pellets that people use too. Even those make me nervous, to be honest. That's just me personally. I'm sure they're perfectly fine. It's probably just a copper wash, for that matter, unless they're actually made out of copper, in which case I don't think I'd use those. Because BBs aren't safe for that very reason. They're made out of steel. Copper is, yeah. Anyway, so there's the cleaning ideas. But this is a lovely 150, this one. It's smooth, not too difficult for me to cock. It's good power. And it is very well made this time and put together. The last one, I think, might have actually been made overseas, where I don't think this one was. I think this one was manufactured here in Arkansas. The last one, I think, might have been made overseas by somebody that was really tired. But you'll have that with any company. Every company will give you a dud at some point. It's the only one I've had from Hatsan, and I love my Hatsans. And they took care of it.